your check. So when we are using right triangle trig, our first step is always to label our sides. So that is where we've been going in and saying, okay, here is our angle right here. At the 44, and then from there labeling our hypotenuse. So here's the hypotenuse. Across from the 44 is the opposite, and then between the 44 and the right angle is the adjacent. So looking at this triangle, I have an angle measurement of 44 degrees. I know I'm trying to find the opposite, and I have the length of the hypotenuse, but the adjacent is blank, so we're not using that to help us solve this problem. Sorry. And so now that we've labeled our sides, the next step that we should do is decide if this is a sine, cosine, or tangent problem. So remember, we have our saying SOHCAHTOA. Okay, O and H is a sine problem, so we would set this up as sine of the angle equals the opposite side over the hypotenuse side. So when you've got it set up, your next step is to solve for x. So to solve this one for x, it's being divided by 19. So we're going to cancel that out by multiplying by 19. Multiply this side by 19, and then you can type the whole thing into your calculator just like that. So when you do that, you are going to get 13.19. All right, we want to take a look at one more. So I'm looking down here at this 30-degree angle, and I again start out by labeling my sides. So this is the opposite, this is the hypotenuse, this is the adjacent, but we're not using the adjacent because it's blank. There's not an x there and there's not a number there. So this is another sine problem. So I set this up as sine of 33 equals the opposite over the hypotenuse. This time the x is in the denominator, so that's what we have to multiply first. That cancels out the x on the right and leaves us with x sine of 33 equals 15. We're still trying to get x by itself, so now we're going to divide the left-hand side by sine of 33. And now that cancels out. We plug this into our calculator and we get x equals problem with my calculator. That's going to give us 27.54. That's what you need to know to be able to do today's checks. You may use your notes on your check, but you need to work independently, and you will have 10 minutes to do this first attempt. After that, I will take the time limit off, and you can retake it at home or on a different day.